What if the greatest battle of your life was not fought with your fists, but within your own mind? Imagine mastering your thoughts until the world itself bends to your will. Picture fear, anger, and doubt no longer as chains, but as fuel for unstoppable power. Envision clarity so sharp that every action strikes with precision, flowing like water yet burning with fire. Feel the freedom of discipline, the wisdom of pain as a teacher, and the triumph of winning the inner war. When your purpose ignites, nothing can extinguish your fire. Are you ready to master yourself completely? The mind is the starting point of all creation, the root of every victory, and the seed of every defeat. To master it is to master the world. Most people fight battles outside of themselves, chasing victories in the arena of others, but the true battleground is here within. Thoughts, like wild horses, will run in every direction if not guided. They can pull you toward greatness or drag you into despair. If you cannot control your mind, then your mind will control you. And when that happens, you are already defeated before the fight even begins. Consider how a single thought can shape an entire day. Wake with doubt, and you carry its weight like chains. Rise with determination, and you walk with fire in your chest. This is the silent power of the mind, invisible to the eye yet stronger than steel. The body is nothing without direction, and direction comes from thought. A sharpened mind turns weakness into strength, hesitation into action, and chaos into order. That is why mastery of self begins not with the body, but with the command of thought. You must train the mind as a warrior trains the body. Not once, not sometimes, but every day, with vigilance and discipline. Guard what enters it, because thoughts are like seeds. Plant negativity, and weeds of fear and doubt will grow until they choke your spirit. Plant strength, focus, and courage, and your life will bear the fruit of greatness. This discipline requires awareness. Do not simply think. Observe your thoughts. Notice when they weaken you, notice when they empower you, and choose the ones that serve your purpose. Understand this: the mind is not your enemy. It becomes wild because it has not been trained. When you master it, when you take hold of your thoughts and bend them toward your will, you will discover a freedom few ever know. Suddenly, distractions lose their power, fear loses its grip, and the noise of the world fades before your clarity. It is not about emptying the mind, but about aligning it, directing it, focusing it like a blade so sharp that nothing can dull its edge. Many people seek control over others, over circumstances, over fortune itself. But the one who controls his mind already possesses greater power than kings. He does not react to the world. He shapes it. He does not wait for opportunity. He creates it. He is not swayed by the storms outside, because he has already conquered the storm within. So I tell you this: master your mind, and you will master everything that stands before you. Emotions are often misunderstood. Many see fear as weakness, anger as danger, and doubt as a burden. They try to silence them, to bury them deep, but this is where the mistake begins. Emotions are not your enemy. They are fuel. They carry an energy so powerful that if you learn to direct it, nothing can stop you. Fear can sharpen your senses. Anger can drive you forward. Even doubt can awaken the need to prepare, to refine, to grow. But only when you stand above them, not beneath them. Think of fire. It can destroy, but it can also warm, illuminate, and give life. Emotions are the same. Uncontrolled, they burn you. Directed, they become the very fire that lights your path. To deny them is to deny a part of your own strength. To control them is to transform what once held you back into the very force that propels you forward. Fear, for example, does not exist to paralyze you. It is a signal, a reminder that something matters deeply. Do not run from it. Step into it. Let it heighten your awareness. Let it prepare you for the challenge ahead. Anger, when uncontrolled, blinds you and leaves you reckless. But when you channel it with discipline, it becomes raw energy that sharpens your focus and strengthens your resolve. Even doubt, which many see as poison, can become a teacher. It reveals where you are not yet ready, where you must push harder, train longer, and demand more from yourself. The mistake is to let emotions chain you. When fear whispers, you retreat. When anger explodes, you lose control. When doubt grows, you surrender. But once you realize they are not chains but fuel, you begin to rise above. You take the same fire that others drown in and make it your power. This requires practice. In moments of fear, do not hide. In moments of anger, do not lash blindly. In moments of doubt, do not quit. Instead, pause, breathe, and claim the energy they bring. Shape it into strength. Understand these emotions are a part of you, but they do not define you. You are the master, they are the servants. When you control them, you are no longer a prisoner to what you feel. You are a creator of what you become. The world will always give you reasons to fear, to rage, to doubt. But once you learn to harness these forces, nothing outside can weaken you, because everything inside is working for you. Emotions are not chains, they are fire. And when you command that fire, you burn with a force that cannot be extinguished. A scattered mind is like a dull blade. No matter how strong the arm that wields it, it cannot cut through anything with precision. Power does not come from effort alone, it comes from clarity. Without clarity, even the greatest energy is wasted. With clarity, even the smallest action becomes unstoppable. When the mind is divided, pulled in every direction by distractions, fears, and desires, nothing is accomplished. But when the mind is focused, when it is aligned with a single purpose, it becomes like a laser, piercing, unstoppable, and unshakable. Most people live in noise. Their minds are filled with endless chatter, thoughts racing in every direction, and this noise weakens them more than any external enemy ever could. In confusion, they hesitate. In hesitation, they lose. But when you discipline your mind to cut away the unnecessary, to focus only on what matters, you will find that power begins to gather within you. The world itself seems to bend before one who moves with clarity, because their actions carry the weight of certainty. Clarity is not given. It is earned. It comes through awareness, through self-examination, through the courage to silence what is useless. Too many are trapped by the opinions of others, by the expectations of society, by the distractions of comfort. They carry 1,000 voices in their head and wonder why they cannot hear their own. To be powerful, you must learn to quiet those voices until only the sound of your own purpose remains. Then every movement becomes precise, every step intentional. This is why simplicity is strength. Complexity confuses the mind, while simplicity frees it. When you know what you want, when your goal is clear, decisions become easy and actions flow naturally. There is no hesitation, no wasted energy, no scattered movement. The archer who aims at many targets hits none, but the one who fixes his eye on a single point strikes with certainty. A clear mind is not empty. It is focused. It does not wander. It does not doubt. It does not resist itself. It is a state where thoughts and actions are aligned, where energy flows without interruption, and where every choice pushes you closer to your purpose. This is the state of true power. It is not about thinking more, but about thinking less, until only the essential remains. When your mind is clear, life itself becomes clear. Obstacles no longer confuse you, challenges no longer overwhelm you. You see them for what they are: tests, opportunities, steps along the path. And when your vision is sharp, nothing can blind you, because you already know where you are going. So remember this: clarity is power, and focus is the fire that makes that power real. Life will always test you with change. Nothing stays still. The world moves like water, flowing in every direction, never fixed, never certain. If you try to resist it, you will break. If you fight it blindly, you will tire and fall. The one who endures is the one who learns to flow, to adapt, to become as flexible as water itself. But do not mistake flexibility for weakness. To be soft does not mean to be without strength. True strength is the ability to bend without breaking, to adapt without losing purpose, to move with the current while never losing the fire within. Water can take any shape, move through any crack, overcome any obstacle. It flows where it must, and in time, it wears down even the hardest stone. This is the lesson you must be able to adjust your mind, to shift your approach, to change your tactics when the path ahead is blocked. Rigidity is the death of progress. If you cling too tightly to one way, one belief, one expectation, the moment life moves against it, you shatter. But when you remain fluid, nothing can trap you, because you will always find a way forward. Yet water alone is not enough. Flow without fire is emptiness. You must also carry within you the flame of purpose, the unshakable will that burns no matter where life carries you. This fire is your direction, your reason for moving, the light that keeps you from being lost in the current. Water teaches you how to move. Fire teaches you why to move. Together, they make you unstoppable, flexible enough to survive, yet powerful enough to transform. Do not confuse fire with blind passion. Fire without control destroys, but fire with discipline illuminates the path. When you carry this fire inside, every challenge becomes fuel, every setback becomes energy. The world may shift and change around you, but your inner flame remains steady. That is the balance: to move like water, yet burn with fire. To adapt endlessly, yet never lose yourself. Life will throw obstacles, unexpected turns, storms that try to drown your spirit. If you are rigid, you will resist and break. If you are empty, you will be carried anywhere and forget your purpose. But when you are both water and fire, you cannot be stopped. You flow around what blocks you, and you burn through what tries to hold you. So carry within you this truth: flow with the world like water, yet burn within like fire. That is the way to endure, to rise, and to remain unshakable in the face of anything. Most people misunderstand freedom. They believe it means doing whatever they please, following every impulse, chasing every desire, living without restraint. But that kind of freedom is an illusion. It does not make you free. It makes you a slave to your habits, your cravings, and your weaknesses. The one who follows every impulse is not free. He is controlled by whatever thought or feeling comes to him in the moment. True freedom begins only when you take control of yourself, when you are no longer at the mercy of your own mind. Discipline is not a cage. Discipline is the key that unlocks real freedom. When you discipline your mind, you are no longer tossed around by distractions. When you discipline your body, you are no longer chained by weakness. When you discipline your actions, you rise above chaos and live with purpose. This is the kind of freedom that cannot be taken from you, because it does not depend on the outside world. It comes from within. Think of the musician who plays with mastery. To the untrained eye, he appears free, flowing, creating beauty without effort. But what you do not see are the endless hours of practice, the repetition, the discipline that gave him the power to express himself so purely. His freedom came from his discipline. The same is true in life. Discipline is the training that makes freedom possible. Without it, your power is wasted. With it, your power is limitless. Every moment you give in to laziness, you lose a piece of yourself. Every time you surrender to distraction, you weaken your fire. But each time you practice discipline, even in the smallest act, you build strength. Discipline is not only in great battles, but in daily choices. when you rise early, when you focus your mind, when you refuse to quit, when you keep your word. Each act of discipline is a brick, and those bricks build the unshakable foundation of freedom. The weak think discipline takes something away from them. They think it denies them comfort, denies them pleasure, denies them ease. But in truth, discipline gives them everything they have been searching for. It gives strength where there was weakness, clarity where there was confusion, and freedom where there was slavery to the self. When you master discipline, you cannot be controlled by the world, because you are no longer controlled by your own impulses. You can stand in the middle of temptation and not be moved. You can face the hardest challenge and not be broken. You can live with purpose fully, freely, without being a prisoner to fear, to doubt, or to desire. Discipline is not chains. Discipline is freedom. And the one who commands himself walks as a free man anywhere in the world. Pain is often feared, avoided, and seen as an enemy, but that is a shallow understanding. Pain is not punishment. Pain is not meant to destroy you. Pain is a teacher. It is the silent guide that carves strength where there was weakness, that reveals truths hidden from comfort, that shapes the mind and the spirit into something greater than they were before. If you run from pain, you run from growth. If you hide from it, you hide from the very lessons that could set you free. Think of how the body grows stronger. A muscle does not grow by resting in ease. It grows when it is pushed beyond its limit, when it tears under strain, and then rebuilds itself stronger than before. The same is true of the spirit. Without trials, without discomfort, without struggle, the mind remains soft and fragile. But when it faces pain and endures, it becomes unbreakable. Pain is the forge, and you are the blade being sharpened by its fire. The world has tricked many into believing that comfort is the goal, that life should be easy, that struggle is something to avoid. But ease breeds weakness, while hardship breeds strength. It is the fire of pain that tests who you truly are. It strips away your illusions, exposes your limits, and dares you to rise above them. In those moments when you are pressed to the edge, when everything inside you screams to quit, you are given the chance to discover who you really are. Do not resent pain when it comes. Welcome it. Ask what it is trying to teach you. Perhaps it is showing you where you have grown complacent. Perhaps it is demanding you to dig deeper, to summon courage you did not know you had. Every hardship has a lesson, and every lesson brings you closer to mastery of yourself. What breaks the ordinary man builds the extraordinary one, if only he chooses to endure. This is not to say pain should be chased blindly or suffered without wisdom. It is not about seeking destruction. It is about embracing the lessons in struggle when it comes. To feel pain is to know you are alive, to be tested, to be reminded that you are still on the path of becoming. Avoid it, and you remain the same. Face it, and you evolve. The difference between the weak and the strong is not that one feels pain and the other does not. Both feel it. The difference is that the strong understand what pain truly is. They see it not as a prison, but as a teacher. They let it guide them, refine them, and elevate them. So when pain arrives, do not curse it. Let it instruct you, let it shape you, let it carve you into something greater. For pain is not the end. It is the beginning of transformation. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against another person. It is not against circumstance, nor against fate. The greatest battle is the one that takes place within you. If you cannot conquer yourself, no victory outside will ever last. The mind that is undisciplined will always sabotage the body. The spirit that is restless will always surrender before the fight is even finished. But the one who defeats his inner chaos becomes unstoppable, because nothing from the outside can shake what is unshakable inside. Every opponent you face is a reflection of the struggle already happening within. Fear, doubt, hesitation. These are the true enemies. The sword of another man cannot cut, as deep as the voice inside that whispers. You cannot. If you allow that voice to rule you, you will already be defeated, even before you step forward. But when you silence it, when you rise above it, when you replace it with strength, focus, and courage, then no one outside of you can stand in your way. Understand this: outer victories are born from inner victories. When the mind is still, the body becomes precise. When the spirit is steady, the actions become unstoppable. Every strike, every step, every decision flows from the strength you have built within. You do not win the battle when your opponent falls. You win it long before, in the silence of your own preparation, in the control of your thoughts, in the refusal to let fear dictate your actions. Many train their bodies endlessly, but neglect to train their minds. They forget that the inner war is where everything is decided. What use is strength if doubt controls it? What use is speed if fear freezes it? What use is knowledge if hesitation buries it? The mind is the general, the body is the soldier. If the general is weak, the soldier cannot fight. But when the general is wise and disciplined, the soldier becomes unstoppable. To win the inner battle is not a one-time act. It is a daily practice. Each time you resist distraction, you strengthen the inner warrior. Each time you face fear and move anyway, you sharpen your spirit. Each time you rise after falling, you prove to yourself that nothing within can defeat you. Slowly, the noise inside fades, replaced by clarity and power. And in that stillness, victory is born. So remember this truth: no opponent outside can ever truly defeat you. The only battle that matters is the one within. Conquer yourself, and you will already have won every fight that waits before you. Purpose is the fire that never dies. Without it, life drifts aimlessly, and even the strongest body, the sharpest mind, becomes hollow. But when your purpose is clear, it ignites a flame within that no storm can put out. It becomes the reason you rise when others stay down, the reason you push when others quit, the reason your spirit burns, even when the world tries to smother it. Purpose gives direction to your strength and meaning to your struggle. Without it, you wander. With it, you become unstoppable. Most people move through life chasing distractions, living for comfort, seeking approval. Their fire burns briefly, then fades. But when you know why you are here, when you understand what you are fighting for, your fire cannot be extinguished. It grows brighter with every challenge, hotter with every obstacle, because each struggle becomes fuel. Adversity no longer weakens you, it strengthens your resolve. The world cannot shake a man who has aligned his life with purpose. This fire does not come from outside. No one can hand you your reason for living. It is found within, in silence, in reflection, in the courage to ask, what do I truly stand for? What is worth giving my time, my energy, my life? When you discover that answer, everything changes. Discipline becomes easier because you are not forcing it. You are fueled by fire. Sacrifice becomes natural because you are not losing. You are serving something greater. Every act, no matter how small, becomes part of something meaningful. Purpose is not about glory or recognition. It is not about chasing what others call success. It is about the alignment of your mind, body, and spirit toward a single vision that matters to you. That alignment creates energy, and that energy becomes power. With it, fatigue cannot break you, fear cannot stop you, doubt cannot silence you. Purpose burns through all of it, clearing the path and carrying you forward. When your purpose is clear, even in the darkest nights, you will see light. Even when no one believes, you will continue. Even when you fall, you will rise again, because the fire inside will not let you remain on the ground. This is why the strongest men are not those with the most talent or the most resources, but those whose purpose burns so brightly that nothing can turn them aside. So do not live without fire. Do not move without direction. Control your mind, find your reason, and let that reason set your spirit ablaze. Because when purpose ignites you, your fire will burn relentlessly, and nothing in this world will ever be able to put it out.